and take that famous quote from that final epic battle when the king returned in the Lord of the Ring. So we'll leave the plains, not the Mount of Moria, certainly not the lands of Rohan, but to the land of Gondor, where after a lot of drama, Aragorn, the king, had to address his armies as they stood before the gate of Mordor. My brothers, I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields, when the age of men comes crashing down. But it is not this day. This day, we fight. By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand. Not men of the West, but gladiators of the fan battle. I greet you. I honor you. Lady and gentlemen, it has not been a small battle. But after all has been counted, you are here. I didn't even know I would read this intro. My producer saddled me with it. I didn't even know this was my intro. Thank you, Madam Producer. I like that. And thank you very much for taking us back in time. What's her name? Okay, Madam Producer.
What's her name?
Her name is Lizzie.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes. Brag about stealing other people's lines.
All right. Know, but I say I get credit.
All right. Before I go any further, let me say thank you. A warm thank you to everybody who's been a part of this ride. It has been beautiful. It has been delightful. It has been great. And it has been very honorable. So on the night, I will start the show by singing that song that we would not sing at the end of this show. But on the night, it will be to say thank you to the gladiators, all 32 of them, the 30 who competed, and the 2 who couldn't even do their first battle. You will always be on my mind. I didn't love you quite the best ways I could find, and maybe I didn't treat you quite as good and sweet and kind. If I made you feel second best, please, I'm sorry, I was blind. You were always on my mind. You'll be always on my mind. Monday, 22nd of July, 2019 was the day it all started. And on this particular stage, Mercy Nena Okoronkwo battled Adania Nacheta. At the end, Ada was victorious. Mercy bowed, but she came back and kept fighting. We also saw the battle between Okoyemi Richard Lawal, who took out Bola Ali Balogun on that night, the first casualty of the battle. Spilled blood on the dance floor. Bola Ali Balogun went home. And then it continued on and on as we say thank you to all these individuals. Temitope Tosin, who really wanted to but could not lead her dream in this contest. Ikechukwu Richard Akaluka, he fought, won some, and lost others. Olusegun Adedeji, the other Segun, amazing guy. He fought, eventually lost. Amarachi Ogumike will always be on my mind. Thank you for being a part of it. Lawal Sadiq, Chisom Okpala, Mansura Omowumi Olatunji, our dearly beloved Molat, Chineye Achimobasi. She was happy the first time I called her surname and got it accurately. These are some of the giants that trod this path. They couldn't go all the way. Temile Iyadeniji, she couldn't go any further. Francisca Nwobodo, after the first battle or two, could not continue. And then the likes of Daniel came in Group D. Peter Adekeye, he fought, perhaps one of the very last men to be knocked out. Uche Ovu, amazing guy. Enobong Ikie. Eno, a gladiator of many parts. She couldn't go the whole way. Joanne Alika, Damilola Opayemi Peters, Bolaji Aluko Olokun, and everybody's Labake, Omo Labake Raji. They couldn't go the full length. Kelvin Onyemechi, we talked about him earlier on. Glory Charles. One day, one Saturday, she had to travel back to the island from a chess contest on the mainland, and she fought her way. Ill health knocked her off, but she fought like a gladiator. Femi Taiwo. Femi Taiwo. And of course, Odunayo Ruth Hassan, who couldn't take center stage. Chinenye Belinda Odezuka, Vincent Ezediokpo, Emeka Ukoha, and my very, very, very darling Chinwendu Onoha. Chinwe, the last to fall. Thank you very much to everyone. And finally, we're here with the two main guys, Segun Ola in the final, and also perhaps the one person who hasn't tasted defeat at all in this contest. Or has she? No, she hasn't. The only person with a flawless result, going all the way to the final, not knowing what it has meant at all to lose. And she's here tonight. Adeola Adebi. For all those who've gone home, you were always on my mind, and I'm sure you will always be on my mind, and not just mine, but this amazing crew, Femi and the gang. Thank you very much for everything.
You were always on my mind. You'll be always on my mind.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Begins the final of the fan battle. Let me introduce the finalists. Contestant number 1 for this final is SEGUN Ola. They call him SEGUN Fresh. A young man in his middle to late 20s. Architect, Man City FC supporter, as well as MFM FC here at home. He stays in Ikeja of Lagos. He is known on social media, Twitter to be precise, as El Shagari. SEGUN, welcome to the final.
Many thanks, Femi. Good evening to you. Good evening to the panel of judges and the listeners.
Honor, you want to assist him with his microphone? Ensure it's properly tuned. Thank you very much. His opponent, ADEOLA Martha Adebi. In her early 20s, student of University of Lagos. She supports Barcelona and, like SEGUN, MFM FC here in Lagos. She stays in Akoka in Lagos. On Twitter, she is known simply as Harday's Queen. HRDEHSQUEEN. ADEOLA, welcome to the final.
Good evening, Femi. Good evening, everyone.
So, you've come a long way, both of you, and it hasn't been an easy ride. I have no intention of making it any easier for you tonight. However, I do trust that both of you have earned your right to be here. And I believe also that in getting here, you've merited every single vote you've had on the part of the audiences via the phones, on social media, Twitter and Facebook, and from the panel here. It is no coincidence that one of the finalists is somebody who has never tasted defeat, while the other one narrowly tasted defeat once and roused himself and got back to it. You are worthy champions no matter what happens tonight. And I congratulate both of you, and I welcome you once again.
Thank you very, very much.
Thanks, Femi.
So let's get into the final battle. I must say, we will be streaming live as usual. Tonight, however, we are not streaming on the Nigeria Info Facebook page. We are indeed streaming on the FEMI and the Gang Facebook page. FEMI and the Gang. And I must remind you yet again to get to that streaming portal from your Facebook account. Just click on FE, that is FEMI, FEMI. If you are searching, use the ampersand, which is the symbol of and rather than AND, so that it does not take you to a page that has nothing to do with FEMI and the Gang, because indeed there is a page like that. It's FEMI and the Gang, but their own and is AND. We know nothing about it. Ours is the symbol and. However, you could go directly to www.facebook.com/FEMI and the Gang to get to the site. Okay, so if you are using the URL link, that will be AND. But if you are searching from your account, make sure you will likely see two FEMI and the Gang, not the one that has AND, the one that has the symbol of and. Okay, we are also streaming on Twitter, but the Twitter is the Nigeria Info Twitter handle. Nigeria Info Twitter handle. All right. So at Nigeria Info FM. We're streaming actually on our YouTube page. We've embedded it there as we always do. Remember, you will vote on a different tweet. The tweet we will pin to the top of our Twitter profile at Nigeria Info FM. So once again, here is the final battle. SEGUN versus ADEOLA. It's battle number 57. The final of it. This 24th day of September 2019. And the subject is the Best FIFA Football Awards 2019. Is it questionable or is it understandable? We put it in a draw and you guys came up with your positions. May I remember the audience that the positions Adeola and Segun will be defending tonight do not necessarily reflect their personal opinion on the subject. They picked it in a draw. They have to defend it, whether they like it or not, whether they agree with it or not. So when it's time for you to vote, respect that by ensuring that you vote not based on your personal opinion on the subject matter, but on the performance on the night. Remember, this is the final. There's a 100,000 naira cash reward for the winner tonight, 50,000 for whoever comes second on the night. But beyond that, it's an opportunity to be groomed by what some say has been Nigeria's finest sports group on radio. I don't know if you agree, but perhaps not. One thing is certain. It is our desire and our determination to impart to as many as we can as a group of sports journalists and broadcasters. We have our different way of doing things. And we're hoping that beyond tonight, we'll continue to work with these individuals who have crossed our path this past 2.5 months. So into the battle we go. Segun, you are contestant number 1. And the part you are defending is that the best FIFA Football Awards 2019 is understandable. Adeola picked the fact that this award have been questionable. You will start with a 1-minute introduction of your points, after which you will go into the battle. We may give you additional time as may be required. After that, it ends and we decide who the champion of this fan battle has been. Are you ready?
Yes, we have.
Segun, for 1 minute, tell us why you are convinced that the best FIFA Football Awards 2019 is understandable. Your time starts now.
Many thanks, Femi. The FIFA Awards is designed to reward the best in different categories, with the ultimate winner, being chosen by the stakeholders of the game. So, but who are these stakeholders? The players that play the game, the coaches that read the game, the specialist journalists that are well informed about the game, and also registered fans that are passionate about the game. Of course, this voting processes and procedures is being monitored and supervised by an independent and professional, observers, to ensure inclusivity and transparency in the procedure. So all of these processes ensures that there is transparency for everyone to see, and for me, it is quite understandable.
It is understandable. You rest your case for now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You spared us some time. Again, we are streaming on Facebook. If you are searching for our Facebook stream on Nigeria Info FM, you may not get Nigeria Info FM currently, okay? But you search for Femi and the Gang on your Facebook account. Femi and the Gang. Remember, the and is not AND. It is the symbol and. Okay? Good. The symbol, not the letters. Femi and the Gang, you will see the live stream there. The voting will be on the live stream as always. Also on Twitter, Nigeria Info at Nigeria Info FM. Well, Adeola, you have 1 minute to tell us why you believe that the best FIFA Awards 2019 is questionable. Your minute starts now.
Yeah, good evening, Femi. The FIFA Best Award 2019 has come and gone, and as usual, so many question marks around it. While the Fair Play Award, Marcelo Bielsa and the Leeds team won, was very okay, and Jurgen Klopp and Rapinoe, while they won their categories, they're very understandable. However, there are some other categories in this awards that leaves little to desire, both in the female category and in the male category. There are so many players that we feel that by stats and by standards should be there ahead of some of the players that made it or eventually won it. So I believe that these awards are quite questionable. If it's the FIFA best award for the year, putting in mind the period captured for the male is July 16, 2018 to July 19, 2019. Putting those periods in context, you will see how questionable these awards are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Once again, we are streaming live on Facebook, Femi and the Gang. That's the official Femi and the Gang page. That's where we're streaming tonight. Femi and the Gang. We implore you to please like the page, if you may, while you're at it. But you'll see our live stream there, wherever you may be listening to us from. Femi and the Gang. That's where we're streaming from. Don't forget, use the ampersand, not the letters AND. Make sure it's the Femi and the Gang that has the symbol for and rather than the letters, because you will find another Femi and the Gang that is AND, not that one. Okay? And be sure it is Femi and the Gang, the page, not the group, because we also have Femi and the Gang, the group, written the same way. And you cannot miss it because, Buchi, what you will see the Femi and the Gang. Make sure you see the Femi and the Gang logo on the page. You will see the Femi and the Gang logo.
Yep.
Click on the one that has the Femi and the Gang logo.
Yep.
Okay?
Easy.
Fantastic.
And we're live.
Good. We're live.
Yep.
On Twitter at Nigeria Info FM.
Yep.
Go ahead and follow our live stream from our YouTube handle, which has been embedded there on Twitter. Okay? And it would help when it's time to vote. Make sure you go to the profile, the tweet that has been pinned. That is where the voting will be between SEGUN and ADEOLA. Once again, the issue at hand is the Best FIFA Football Awards 2019. ADEOLA says it's questionable. SEGUN says it is understandable. And they will tell us why they believe what they believe. As a reminder, once again, what they are defending may not necessarily represent their personal opinions on the subject matter. They picked their positions in a draw and they have to defend that position. Okay? So when you do vote, remember to base your voting on their performance, not on your own personal opinion on the subject matter. Our panel of judges is made up of Buchi, Honor, Sarafina, and Lizzie on the night. If there is a need for me to come in, I most definitely will not shy from that responsibility. If I have to vote, if we have a tie and we cannot break it any other way. Having said that, let's go straight to the 5 minutes, a minimum of 5 minutes for both of you, SEGUN and ADEOLA, to argue out this topic. Remember, audibility is of the utmost importance. The audience will need to listen to you, to hear you, so that they can make an informed decision. If I need to step in and stop you, I will, if it gets rowdy or anything. But we would like a healthy and hearty debate. Are you ready?
Yes, we have.
For a minimum of 5 minutes, your time starts now.
SEGUN, let's quickly talk about the females. The females category. Now, the period for this award for the females was 25th of May to July 7th. Within that period of time, the FIFA Women 11 right now doesn't have Daniel Van Dijk in it. Now, within this period, she scored 19 goals, 3 assists, and she won the Women's Super League for us now, as opposed to a Julia Heights that is on this team, who has 0 goals. Hold on, please. Has 13 league appearances, 0 goals. 0 goals, not even 1 assist.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. With your stand right now, it means that you don't entirely believe in the FIFA voting system. Now,
it's quite questionable.
Okay, what you do not believe, you cannot understand, right? And what you do not understand, you cannot have proper grounds as to whether to question
FIFA award. It is not the fans award.
No.
It is the FIFA award.
But the fans are voting. The fans are voting, right?
25% of that.
Fantastic.
Now it is the FIFA best award.
The question is this.
Individual awards.
No, hold on. The question is this.
Taken into contest here, Segun.
Okay,
you cannot come and tell me that because you are telling me that it's understandable. Like that means that.
But you do not believe in the system. So you cannot even understand it. So how do you have a ground to question it?
Argument. It means subject to argument.
Okay.
Now, individual performance is the yardstick for this award. Now we look at players. Even
okay,
the FIFA
so
11.
Let me put this to you.
Let me put this to you. FIFA 11 right now.
What's wrong with the FIFA 11?
Tell me one reason.
Yep.
Why Marcelo will be there ahead of Robertson.
Now, one reason. Let me give you one reason. Let me give you one reason. You asked me a question.
Yes.
Marcelo won a FIFA tournament in the World Club Cup.
Then
yes or no?
Then Coutinho should be here.
The point is every player cannot be on the first 11. Every player cannot be on the first 11. There is no perfect list. There is no perfect list. Do you agree?
I'm saying that it is questionable.
No, hold on. There is no perfect list. So regardless of
did you get the question at all? Is
the question is this. The question is this.
And yes, I am saying
you are somewhat seeking for perfection.
The
question is this. When you have a system, you do not believe in a system, right? Okay, you know what? Profile a system that you believe can work.
Is it questionable? Yes,
okay,
it is questionable. You're telling me.
Wait, hold on. Who are the voters of this game? Who are the voters? Who are the voters? Who are the voters?
I'm telling
the players,
you, it is
the coaches.
It is a FIFA tournament.
Okay.
It is a FIFA tournament.
Okay.
Now it represents, according to them, it is an individual award. Now,
okay.
Some players who did far better than those that won the award are there, and they end up being ignored. And
no, they are not being ignored.
Questionable.
No. Hold on. The players and coaches that are voting all of these players.
All the stats not on
Bernardo Silva did not even get any award in England. He did not get any award in Portugal. So he should get in the best in FIFA. See, the point is this. Not everybody will get the award.
The
construct of an award is that
when the same position. Now you look at how instrumental Bernardo Silva is for Manchester City.
You are not okay. Hold on.
He went further than that to the Nations League, and he did well. You're not telling me
the FIFA award.
You're telling me
the FIFA award is not a table. It's not a dining room award that we discuss between each other.
Are you telling me it is not questionable?
Players.
Are you telling me?
I am saying it is understandable.
Why?
The players are the one voting. The coaches, the fans, the specialists, journalists are the one voting. I understand.
Ladies and gentlemen, would like to hear.
It should represent the
and I'm saying I understand the stance of the coaches, of the players. Look at Ahmed Musa. Ahmed Musa picked Messi. Yes or no? Ahmed Musa picked Van Dijk. Van Dijk voted for Messi. What are you talking about? I have to respect it. I have to understand it. The coaches of national teams, the players, the captain of national teams. I am not on your side. You are on the case of questionable. I am saying I understand their choices. That is my point. I understand their choices. And that's what I'm saying. We cannot have 26 players in the first 11. There will always be all of that. See, if I stand here.
It is a FIFA award.
Yes.
And your individual achievement should stand further for you.
Okay, provide a solution. Provide a better voting system that is better than this one.
I am not here to provide solution. I am here to tell you if it is
no. Say wait.
You are not going to sway me off my feet by asking me to provide solution. Am I here for that?
A generally acceptable voting system. If you are tarnishing a generally acceptable voting system, provide a solution. Don't just say it. They have gone through. It is very transparent. You will know the person that I voted.
Was my question today to come and propose solution?
No.
My question was, is this questionable?
The question is this. When you question,
why is it questionable? And you're giving me tat on what is
no. I am saying
anything from you.
You don't even have a ground in this because you do not even understand. You do not even have the ground to question.
Is it questionable?
So what are you talking about?
Segun, is this okay? By your standard,
it is transparent. It is inclusive. The fans, the coach, and the players are the one that voted.
Are they questionable or not?
The question is this: it is understandable. That is my stand. I understand the stance of the coaches, the players, the professional journalists. I understand their stance.
This discussion was to analyze the players, and this I was.
Okay.
And I am telling you that some of the players that made it to this FIFA 11,
Yeah.
they're quite questionable.
And I'm
you're
saying I
me to
understand their
understand it.
choices.
Help me understand
Players,
it.
yes.
Help me
Okay.
understand it.
Okay, wait,
Stats and figures.
no.
Don't favor them.
Stat and figures does not
Don't
say
favor them.
everything.
Don't favor
Stat
them.
and figures does
And
not
I'm
say
telling you,
everything.
why-
The
why
point is
would
this:
Bernardo
the
Silva-
players
why
that
would
are playing the
Bernardo
game,
Silva not
the
be
coaches
there?
that are coaching the games
Help me.
are the ones that
Bernardo
made this
Silva-
selection.
Bernardo
So
Silva
I
has
understand.
the
I understand their choices,
Further
and I
than
have to
the
respect
formidable.
it.
All right.
He won
All right.
the Nations League, and you're telling me it's not questionable.
All right, all right.
It is
Guys,
understandable.
guys,
That's my point.
Guys, before this thing turns into a family feud, I really like, you know, there's a part of me that after this debate, I really know what the two of you believe in reality.
They win.
Because, you know, I mean, this is very strong, and I
This
will
is
be
a final.
shocked if there's either. Yeah, this is
This is a final. I love
This is
it.
the final. Okay. All right. So it's not coincidence. Do we veer off just a little bit? Let's take a break. Let us take a break. Let's look for some water. And you guys are welcome to take some water too. And help yourself. Once again, we are voting on Twitter. The votes are up and running. We only have 14 minutes left to vote on Twitter. 14 minutes left to vote on Twitter. So you want to go there now and begin to vote. Adeola or Segun. Nigeria Info at Nigeria Info FM. Go and vote. 14 minutes left there. On Facebook, we are not voting on the official Nigeria Info page today. As a matter of fact, you may not see the page for now. We are using the official Femi and the Gang page. Femi and the Gang. Search for it on your Facebook account. It is spelled Femi, F-E-M-I. Not A-N-D-O, but the symbol and. Then T-H-E-G-A-N-G. Okay? We're live streaming. You can watch the live stream there. And you are going to vote on that same portal. If that is clear, fine. We can make some quick progress and return after a short timeout, if you don't mind.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the final fan battle in this series. The really high-flying duo of SEGUN Ola and ADEOLA Adebi. What a hearty conversation we had. Let me ask the two contestants, are you satisfied with your performance tonight so far? Do you wish you had more time to challenge each other some more?
Oh, personally, I think it's going to be a back and forth. It's an argument that doesn't have, how would I say, a balance. It's going to tilt here. So I believe that the time we had was enough to, would I say enough? Or I think we had our chances anyway.
Okay.
So it's down to our closing argument.
All right. SEGUN, do you agree?
Well, no, I don't. I think there are still parts to touch, and 5 minutes didn't do justice to it.
If I give you 2 additional minutes,
Give them more time.
if I give you 2 additional minutes, would that work for you? Or you want another 5 minutes to go ahead of it?
Not
would be
necessarily
too
5
much.
minutes, yeah, but
If I give you 2 additional minutes, I guess I see challenge in your eyes, so you want to challenge the ADEOLA. ADEOLA, are you up to the challenge?
Bring it on, baby.
You bring it on. Okay. So I'll add 2 minutes to your time before your closing arguments. And those 2 minutes commence now.
okay. So ADEOLA, we are 7 in this studio, right? If I say everyone should table their first 11 or their best player, do you understand? They won't have any unanimous vote. Do you
Have you heard
agree?
of FIFA standards
No,
of
do you
FIFA
agree?
article?
Do you
Have you
agree
heard of
that
the FIFA
all of us
standards?
cannot have the same vote? And I have to respect you. Will I poke on you and say, why did you have that player? You are in the position to choose, and I would understand it. FIFA has made it very
SEGUN,
transparent.
have you heard of the FIFA
Coaches and
standards
players.
and the FIFA article?
FIFA have not
There is a
flouted any
there is a
standard in this
standard
voting
and there is
yesterday.
an article.
Okay,
I have
so
some of the article
yes.
with me.
So
I
okay,
know,
wait,
let me
that
help
article.
you. Let me help you.
Did FIFA flouted any of their rules in yesterday's decision? Any one of it?
SEGUN, you're missing.
Answer my question. Did they flout
This
anything?
argument was, is it questionable?
My own is
or
that
not?
it is understandable, and they have
And
made
I
it
am telling
transparent
you,
for everybody.
it is
Do you know that
questionable. And I am
you can
telling
know
it is
you can know
questionable.
all the
Let
votes
me help
of
you.
all
Let
the
me-
voters?
Let me tell you something.
I saw
Article
Ahmed
3
Musa's
of
vote.
FIFA's
Ahmed Musa voted Messi. I have to respect his opinion.
Now let me.
Van Dijk.
That's what I'm
if-
telling you. The FIFA has a standard.
Yes,
Article
did
3.
they go against the standard? That's the
now.
question. Did they go against the standard yesterday?
They did not go. They did not
Did they
go
go against
against
it?
the standard. But then.
But
there
then
is
what?
a
You have your
standard.
own opinion, right?
No,
And I have to
there-
respect you. That's the point.
SEGUN,
The
FIFA, let me
FIFA
tell you.
awards is transparent for everyone to see.
SEGUN, can you allow
We
me
can
say
respect
something?
it.
Let me help you right now.
You cannot help me. You don't even understand what you are talking about. And you are
Article 3,
trying to question what you don't even understand.
With you. My
That's
part
the thing.
is it questionable?
The
And
point
I am
is this.
telling you that
how
some of this
many
category-
proper ground
like
do
I
you
told
even have in
like I
this?
told
You
I
don't
have
even
a
believe
problem
in the
with club.
system.
I don't
You
have a
don't even
problem
believe
with
in the
Rapinoe.
voting system.
I don't have a
How do
problem
you
with
now
Rapinoe.
question it?
No,
That is
I'm
the question.
telling you. No, let me tell you. The article number 3
FIFA
of FIFA is
had
saying,
nothing to
oh
do with
Lord,
it.
FIFA
FIFA gave the powers to us, the fans, the
to
journalists.
you,
Yes.
you have 25%.
Yes, and that's
not only
25% was the same percentage
75%
the
is
players,
down to
the
FIFA
coaches,
standards,
and journalists
there are
have.
some standards. Let me tell you, 25% is down to fans. 75%
Yes.
are down to FIFA standards. Now, are those
Did they flout any?
Yes.
Did they flout any rule?
Yes.
Or what is the rule they
Article
flouted?
number 3 in FIFA
No, you
says
have to represent it in any of the awards of
Yes,
yesterday, please.
definitely. Thank
Okay,
you.
so tell me.
FIFA Article 3 says that your performance on and off the pitch is what would give you an edge or would make you part of those to be considered for this award.
Okay.
Now, off the pitch performance for Messi. Messi called a referee.
Messi scored more goals than the games that he
No,
played.
you're asking
Go
me a
ahead.
question. Let me answer you.
No, you are going on and on and on. You want to tell me how Messi is not worth it? If Ronaldo won it yesterday, I would have understood it. If Van Dijk won it, I would have understood it. If Messi has won it, I understand it because they share the vote across board.
And you're asking me
They
if it
ask
was
from
flouted or
they
not.
ask from
Yes,
the
it was
fans,
flouted.
they ask from the
Messi
coaches,
insulted
they ask from the
FIFA
players that are playing the
indirectly.
game,
And
they ask from
indirectly,
specialist journalists, and it was supervised by professional observers. So
where
they
did you
did not
find
fail.
Messi went to Copa America.
Messi was
What did he do?
unplayable last season. Messi was the best individual player last season.
Copa del Rey, nothing for Messi.
So are you saying Messi does not deserve yesterday's award? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Messi does not deserve yesterday's award.
It doesn't.
Fantastic.
It doesn't.
And I understand it. I understand it. But for me, I understand why Messi won it. Because players, coaches, all of them, and journalists, they voted.
Questionable.
All
You
right.
ask him if they flouted and.
All right. Okay. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. There's only 4 minutes left for voting on Twitter. Only 4 minutes left. It's a very close vote between ADEOLA and SEGUN. That is the best FIFA awards. Again, I must say this. Before I say it, the Twitter handle. The official Twitter handle is at Nigeria Info FM. At Nigeria Info FM. Okay? So I'm going to say this once again. The positions that these two contestants have picked tonight was picked in a draw, not what they naturally believe. And I can go further to explain. Let me not go so that I don't become prejudicial. I'm not going to go further into that. They have to defend the position, and they've defended it, whether they agree with that position or not. Do you understand? We will come there. We will ask them what their original positions are eventually when all is said and done. But in dignifying them and respecting the work they've put in, please, when you vote, do not vote based on what your own personal opinion is. Vote based on the performance. Who impressed you in the argument? And as I often say, even if you don't agree with their position or the opinion they pushed forward, but you were impressed by the performance, feel free to vote. If that is clear. Once again, Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. At Nigeria Info FM. Feel free to vote. There are 2 minutes left to vote on Twitter, while the voting can continue on Facebook. It's FEMI and the Gang. The symbol and, not AND. Feel free to vote for either of these two contestants tonight. We're looking forward to your voting and your decision, and to see how it takes this whole contest to a final resting place. Thank you very much, contestants. This is the final. I would ask that you choose. We can give you 1 minute to close your argument. We can give you 2. Which would you prefer? 1 minute or 2 minutes to close your argument? Will 1 minute be enough for you to close your argument?
I think we should get 2 and wherever we stop.
Okay. SEGUN, do you say 2 minutes?
I'm fine with it.
So, you will each have 2 minutes. SEGUN, you go first. Your 2 minutes commence right now.
Many thanks, Femi. Understanding is very, very subject to how you perceive pattern. So when you understand pattern, you can understand something. And when you do understand it, you can have proper ground as to know whether it is wrong or right, or question it. It is pertinent to note that picking the potential recipient of an award, it is an opinion. It is always relative. Just like number 6 and number 9. You can stand in different positions and you would see 9 and I would see 6. It does not mean that you are wrong for seeing 9 and I'm seeing 6. I have to respect it, but do I understand it? Yes. Why do I want to question it? No, you are in the right position and that is what you see. This is what FIFA has made us understand. They took the powers away from themselves and gave it to equal percentage of captains of players, to coaches, to specialist journalists and registered fans all around the world to vote. They have given them the power, and their vote is being published to the end to everybody. So my point is this: I do understand their ground. It might not be the greatest decision of all time, but I understand and I don't need to question it because it is a process and it has been transparent and the inclusivity is fantastic. I love it. I understand it. I am happy Lionel Messi won. If Ronaldo had won yesterday, I would have understood it. If Van Dijk won, I would have understood it. The first 11, I'm okay with it. So I understand the grounds. I am not questioning anything because everything was bare. If it was kept away from us, if they had hidden some details away from us, it would have been ambiguous. I would have questioned it. But all of the processes of FIFA they have shown in black and white to us that it is crystal clear. We don't have any hand in this. We have given you back the powers. So I do understand it. And for me, Femi, the awards I respect and I'm giving it a thumbs up. Well done, FIFA.
All right. Thank you very much. You finished just in time. We appreciate that. Adeola, you have 2 minutes to close your arguments, and your 2 minutes start now.
Yeah, thank you very much, Femi. Now, Segun asked me a question, and he asked me if FIFA flouted any of the standard, and my answer is yes. 25% of this award, the chances to vote was given to fans. 75% was down to FIFA itself. When I mean FIFA itself, I'm talking about journalists and the likes. Now, hold on, please. They have a standard article, and Article 3 clearly states that this to be considered for this award, your on and off the pitch performances and attitude would be brought into question. Now, Messi in the Copa America insulted a FIFA competition. He insulted the FIFA competition and told us that they were corrupt. He called the referee crazy. Now, has it gone against one of the standards? My answer is yes. And is that questionable? Yes. Virgil van Dijk had a fantastic season. You don't expect Virgil van Dijk as a central defender to score 58 goals. But in his primary position, did he excel? Yes. For country, did he excel? Yes. For country, for club, did he excel? You would agree with me that he brought stability, he brought balance, and he was highly disciplined to that Liverpool and the Netherlands defense. And now, and the last part of my argument this evening is the FIFA 11 award. Now, I have brought some players who I think that should by standards and individual brilliance should be on this list. And they are not on this list. And I am saying that, is this award questionable? Of course it is questionable. There are some standards by FIFA themselves that they did not stand true. They did not stand true to this to their own standards. And so I believe that this award is really, really, really questionable. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We spared us some 16 or so seconds. But at long last, we've come to the end of this final battle. I guess I will join the team. I have to applaud you guys. So fantastic. Proud of you guys. Interesting debate. It's a worthy final. A worthy final. Like I said, I had no intention of making it easy for you. It could have been any topic. The point is, both of you have shown that you know how to debate, how to argue out a matter, and you've been consistent. So once again, we'll thank you. It is time for us to decide on who is the champion. Because it's the final, we will allow a maximum of 9. We will take the full number and go the length, go the distance. We want to hear you. Feel free to drop your comments. Voting has closed on Twitter, by the way, yep. But it is still continuing on Facebook. Voting is continuing on Facebook, so you can continue to vote on Facebook. That's Femi and the Gang. Femi, the symbol of and, not A-N-D. Femi, symbol and, then THEGANG. Go there and vote for either Segun or Adeola if you haven't done so already. So, we start with the phone votes. Before we take those votes, let's reel out the phone numbers again.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
All right. Interesting stuff. The battle is over. Maybe we'll slow down on the battle song. Okay, let's cool it down a little bit. So let's hear you. 9 voters via the phone. Hello, you are number 1. Let's meet you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome, my brother.
My name is John Kano.
Okay, thank you.
I'm voting for ADEOLA.
Adeola, you are well within
Yes,
your rights to tell us why.
Yes. She brought some statistics. She quoted the articles and she made references. It is one thing for you to say an award is supposed to be for specifications. It is not just a popularity voting. It should not just be a popularity voting. It should be based on performances. So if it is based on performances, a criteria has been set and the criteria should be followed.
Thank you very much for your vote. We appreciate it. We'll take it and record it against Adeola's name. We really appreciate you. Hi there. Oh, we've lost that voter before he got the chance. All right. Hi there.
Yeah.
Good evening. Yeah, you are our second voter.
Okay, I voted for SEGUN.
SEGUN. Could you tell us why?
Yeah, because SEGUN was on point. Everybody have their own opinion.
Okay.
Of making their own choice. Because number one, you have to consider the performance of the people outside the pitch, their behavior with the fans and the masses who watch them, whatever they are doing on the field. So with that, you can know who to vote for. So I believe SEGUN was right.
Thank you for your votes. That's 2 votes. I must remind our voters, remember, don't make it a matter of your personal opinion. Make it a matter of the contests. In fact, the contests, who impressed you. You may vote for somebody even when you don't agree with the points that they defended or their opinion on this matter. You will find out that perhaps what some of these individuals defended was not their own personal opinion. At the end of it, you'll probably understand what I mean. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Oh, yikes, that's gone. Hello, let's try someone else. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, Abafemi.
Yeah, welcome. You're our 3rd voter.
Yeah. My name is David, calling from Victoria Island.
Thank you for joining us, David.
Yeah.
So how would you vote?
I'm voting for SEGUN.
Okay.
Because he understands that everybody's entitled to their opinion, and his intro tonight was fabulous to me.
Okay.
So I go for SEGUN.
You love his intro. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hi there. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Femi. Good evening.
Welcome. You are voter number 4 on the night.
This is Samuel calling from Shimoni.
Welcome, Sam. How do you vote?
Tonight I'll be voting for ADEOLA. Wow. And I'll be doing that because I'm really interested in how she was able to bring out some point and back it up with facts. The question was, is it questionable? And she clearly stated why it was questionable. She was really smart with that, and I'll be giving it to her tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So 4 votes already. Hi there. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Let's meet you, my brother.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel.
Welcome, Emmanuel. Where are you calling
from there, yes.
Okay.
I think I'm voting for ADEOLA.
Why?
I think the way she marshaled out her point and she was confident about it, and the statistics, I think I go for her.
Okay. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Hi there. Good evening to you.
My name is Jacob calling from Aja.
Your name is what?
My name is Jacob calling from Aja.
Oh, Jacob, you are our 6th voter on the night. How do you vote? We're losing you.
I vote for SEGUN.
You vote for SEGUN. You want to tell us why? Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you, sir.
You want to tell us why you chose SEGUN tonight?
I swear, guys, because vision is based on choice. Not unless that was someone that.
Oh, okay. Well, let's let you go. Let's let you go. Let's let you go. Yeah. Hi there.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Eniola.
Welcome, Eniola. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Where are you calling from, Eniola?
I'm calling from Akoka.
You are our 7th voter, so how do you vote?
I'm going to be voting ADEOLA this night.
Why? Hello?
Did well. So I'm going to be voting Adeola.
I missed it. I missed your reason.
I said the way she argued this night, I think she did really good.
On the strength of argument tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
She really did.
All right. Thank you very much. So we are recording that vote against Adeola's name. We've had a total of 7 votes.
Need 2 more votes.
2 more votes to go. Hi there. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This is Benga.
Welcome, Benga. Where are you calling? From Abuja.
From Abuja.
Abuja. Okay. So, how do you vote, Benga?
I vote for Segun.
Segun. Why?
Yeah, because I think he understands the rule of FIFA, and in a way, I think he is more convincing than Adeola.
Okay, he's more convincing.
Yeah.
All right.
And to be fair, I think it's well judged.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
Last vote.
Hello. Who do we have? Yeah. Hello. Good evening to you.
Yeah, hello, good evening. This is Bolaji Bello.
Bolaji Bello. Where are you calling from, Bolaji?
Yeah, I'm calling from Bariga.
Okay, Bolaji, you know what? You are a final voter from the phone.
Important vote.
Wow.
And the score stands at Adeola 4, Segun 4. So you are the guy who will break the tie.
Wow. What a wonderful night.
How do you vote?
Well, I'm voting for Segun because, you know, at least you are not like 4-5 in the studio, but we cannot agree at the same vote. You understand? Just like the vote now. You will have your opinion, I will have mine. And if you have to look at it, there are some points Segun gives that truly impressed me. I need to call and vote for him. I'm really, really impressed with him tonight. Though both of them, they're really, really tired, but I need to go with Segun. He has a very good point because no matter what, we cannot agree at the same junction. So I give it to Segun tonight.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate your votes. Thank you very much. And so we end the votes via the phone lines. We're about to go to our panel. Before we go to our panel, we will close the voting on social media first. It's closed on Facebook and on Twitter. As we say that, I'm going to be passing some pieces of paper around to the panelists. The panelists will write their votes. Can
we take both of them?
The panelists will write their votes and hand them over to me while Buchi takes us through the votes on social media.
Femi, can I start with Twitter first?
Anywhere you want to start.
This confirm. If in case they listen, go to Facebook and sort out the votes on Facebook. And it is so many things. Please sort it out. But Twitter right now is official Femi. Kind of very close on Twitter. By the way, we had 117 comments on Twitter right there with 507 votes on Twitter. Crazy right there. Close to like 43 retweets and 60 likes. Can I help take some comments? Right. Starting with this comment from Femi. Right there, Femi phone number. He said, Adeola has my vote. Creative Joe says Adeola has my vote. Steven says Segun. Olusegun says Segun gave his points vividly. Solid B says Adeola stop shouting. Oh, okay. Say Adeola stop shouting. Right there. State your point in all clarity. Segun got my vote. Omolara says Adeola for the win. Emeka Ulo says, please, the guy should stop shouting. So right now, different shouts from different zone.
Different shouts for different...
From different zones. So I say, please, the guy should stop shouting. He's trying to intimidate the lady right now. So that's what he says right there. Cream de la Cream says, Adeola all the way. Our points are very convincing. And yes, it's questionable. Bayode says, go Adeola. Zubi Gobson says, Segun all the way. I know I'm taking all this comment though, because they lead to the votes. That George Boy says, yes, Team Adeola hashtag. You don't want to get hashtag. Brown Skin Boy says, okay, right there. You want to question the FIFA award? No doubt it's questionable this time. Adeola has my vote. Olaniwaju says, the list is questionable. Adeola is stand. Oluwaseun Fumi says, Segun all the way. Right there. That hood says, Shegu, well done, sir. Your argument, the hotto. Kenneth Chester said, the award is understandable with strong merit. He didn't vote. Samuel Latunji says, Adiola hitting the right point. Femi, you want me to stop? I'll stop.
Yeah. You may stop now.
I should stop now. Okay, thank you. But going to the final votes, like I said, after 507 votes, Femi, I think it's the first time ever we have a draw on Twitter. A draw on Twitter is 50% for each of them. Adiola questionable 50%, Shegu understandable 50% right now. So it's a draw on Twitter. After 507 votes, nobody win. Going by the comments too, you can see this and there. So nobody won on Twitter, Femi.
Yeah, and the way we were going on the phone,
it was like,
if it was, you will probably have had another draw on the phone.
I tell you, Femi.
Let's go to Facebook.
Let's go to Facebook right now, and I think the votes are officially in on Facebook, by the way. But let me take some comments right there. Laba, this comment don't hit me wrong. You will not learn today. I will catch you. Okay, this one is coming from John Kute. He says, I vote for Shegu. Oluyo says, my vote goes for Shegu. Olu Shegu says, my vote goes for Adiola. Prince Fineboy says Adiola. Jennifer says, I vote for Shegu. Emeka Ulo says, Shegu is making her increase her voice right there. Okay, Louis Di Maria says, I vote for Adiola. Wayne Bassi says, when you want me to stop, make I go stop. Just tell me. Well done, Femi and the gang in the studio. First time I see you guys live, but you know vote. Kingsley said, I vote for Diola. She has facts. Cabo says, I vote for Shegun based on his analysis. He's on point. Victor says, I vote for Adiola. Nice final note from Adiola. He mentioned his statistics. Bisola says, I vote for Shegun. Crystal Olakunle says Adiola. Bada says Adiola all the way. Divine says I vote for Adiola. Evan says I vote for Shegun. XS says Shegu is smart. Agbola says I vote for Adiola. Right there. Olawale says Shegun. Sophia Chineme says I vote for Adiola. Samuel says I vote for Shegun. John says I vote for Adiola. I'm reading this word for word like this. So they say I take the bill, don't be say how they do anyhow. Olakule says my vote goes for Shegun. But Adiola made a valid point about FIFA articulation. But he says he's voting. Wait, he said I vote for Shegu, I vote for Adiola. On his own comment. He don't know who they vote for. Razak says Shegu all the way. Anigwe says I vote for Shegu. Olana it says my vote goes for Shegu. He argued well. Tosi says I vote for Adiola. What's his name? His name is funny. Dilmini says Adiola all the way because she brought statistics. That's what he's saying. Elizabeth says I wish I can vote 100 times, but you know, tell us who they vote for. Sunday says I vote for Adiola. Femi, should I continue?
It don't do.
It don't do. Right now, I'm refreshing again for the last time on Facebook. To be sure with the votes we saw on Facebook, Femi. Right now, Femi, I think it's official on Facebook. Femi, we have a remix. We had a draw on Twitter, Femi. We're having a draw on Facebook. Right there. Adiola, questionable, 50%. Shegu, understandable, also 50%. So, Femi, officially, we have a draw on Facebook. We have a draw on Twitter. And this is the final, Femi.
And we had a near draw
on comments.
Via the phone lines.
Everything is job.
Edging that one.
This is proof, Femi. This is proof. Let's take both of them.
Yeah.
This is proof.
All right. We come to the panel. Please, panelists, could you please turn in your votes to me? Yes, I've received some. The rest of the panelists, please turn in your vote to me. Again, let me say, no matter what happens here tonight, both these individuals are awesome winners, fantastic winners. They have earned every single accolade they've gotten here tonight. And, you know, I mean, what else is there to say? Buchi? It's hard, huh?
It's actually very
hard. So the votes are all in. We have four panelists.
Femi, can I ask you a favor, please?
Yes, please.
For the first time, I don't think let's just analyze. You just read the vote. You don't have to say anything. Let's just analyze.
No, I won't spare you. I won't spare you the heartache.
No, like don't tell them who voted. No.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's a final.
It's a final. Honestly, just look at the vote. Let's just analyze.
Please, I
don't know if
I'm not sure I agree. Do we need to vote on that? I will still. I will still.
That's all I want.
We outnumber you.
All right. So, panelists, I want to hear your comments, and after which I will read the votes from the panelists. Who wants to go first?
Nobody want to go first. I go first, Femi.
Okay.
Right there. But Femi, honestly, this was a final.
Mm-hmm.
In every way, I think in every way, both of them deserve to be in the final. And this was a very good argument. The good thing about this topic was it was something that happened recently, in which everybody can really do understand. And whether I would like it or not, from the understandable and questionable standpoint, is in every way 50-50. In every way. That's why I like the point you keep on making, that this is not really their standpoint. They're just trying to make good arguments of what, not really what they believe in, but what they can find facts and proof about. So right there, this is the final. Thumbs up to SEGUN. I think it's been fantastic. Just lost once. And ADEOLA right now is proving the reason why she's been unbeaten. Final in every way. Both of them are the best. And I'll plead to you anytime, any day. Let both of them win for me right there. But the argument was good. I like their intro. Today, this night, I'm not saying any negative thing, even though I figured one or two, but I will not say it because I think they deserve to be hyped for the work they put in. Honestly, I think they deserve to be hyped right there. Honestly, sorry, I'm going to be biased. It's my own bias just because I think they deserve it. I think the intro was fantastic for me. I think SEGUN did so well. Mentioning, let me go to my note. I'm sorry. Putting in everybody involved in the vote, from the journalists to the fans to the players and also the captain procedures, which is very, very important. Also, ADEOLA came in and also said not really the same thing, but different kind of standpoints, and also was mentioning different vibes that makes it a FIFA voting pool right there. So during the topic, the argument was actually very interesting right there. I loved it. I love the way they were arguing. I like the way ADEOLA started by asking him a question, and also SEGUN responded asking her a question. It was very, very interesting right there. I'm not going to focus on any negative. It's trying to come up. I'm going to tell you negativity, stay far away from me. It's not going to happen today right there. It was dope. I loved it. To the final argument, I love ADEOLA coming out with the statistics, which I think is good for her, and I had to Google it to make sure she's good. And I think she was the article is very, very long, but I think she got that standpoint right there. Everybody is involved in the process, good and great right there, and also SEGUN countering. You might say all you want to say, but this is one of the best debates I've ever witnessed. In all fairness, the voting, I just have to do it because I have to do it because it's a must. Apart from that, both of them won Femi. I'm not going to vote Femi. We don't agree, and I go call him. So we good. Congratulations to both of you. Everly, I know so not going to be normally. We are together in this place, and I will hug you and welcome many of you that wins. Trust me, we are blood and we are family, man. Pleasure. Peace out. Drop mic.
Thank you, Buchi. Who wants to go next? Nobody wants to talk. Oh, wow. Sarafina, come.
I've always been a talker.
Yeah.
Femi. First of all, thank you for not reading out how we voted.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, for using wisdom, because Atol win. She understand the matter. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that started this journey with us. It's not been easy, even for the judges, for the gladiators. And to ADEOLA, I don't see your mouth sharply.
As in,
I love your spirit. I love your ginger. I love your attitude on the mic. And I need to let you know that if you keep on going this way, I'll tell you that you definitely blow in this industry. And to you, SEGUN, fine boy, yellow every time they wear tie, and you look good actually.
Now fine boy, I know they have all of them. Sorry for stop you. 95 pass on you guys. I know they have many of them. If not for me,
I just want you guys to know that no matter the outcome of tonight's battle, the both of you are winners. you go by the Twitter and Facebook vote, it shows something that tonight's argument was balanced. Even me as a judge, I'm confused. I just had to vote simply because you needed to vote and based on some parameters. But based on the argument, both of you so far, you've been good, you've been outstanding, and whatever the result is tonight, you don't need to fight or cry over it because you've done very, very well for yourself.
Thank you very much. Who goes next? This is
They don't want
We're
to
doing
talk.
it male,
So
female. Honor goes
female.
next.
So
Why do I not want to talk?
for once, ladies don't want to claim their birthright of ladies first. Okay, honor.
Okay.
This
Wow.
is a surprise. This is the first time I've seen you circumspect.
Yeah,
in making
because
this decision. Yeah.
Well,
It means it was a good battle.
it was beyond today. I've had time to reflect on my short time here. First off, I count it as a privilege and a great honor to have been a part of this process, even if late. And I must say that I've learned quite a lot from all the people I've witnessed come on this platform to argue their cases, especially as you always remind those listening when they are not the ones to choose the positions which they argue for. To put this into perspective, it's like something all your life you've been convinced about, and then one day you're asked to argue against everything you believe in. But they come here like the gladiators that they are, they take a seat and argue their points with every courage. And I want to salute and congratulate every one of them. The panelists as well, those who have been judges on this, it hasn't also been easy. I can say because I have experienced it too. Because you too have your own biases and prejudices, but you have to keep everything aside, keep an open mind, and then judge on the basis of what you hear the contestants argue. And I tell you, there was a particular incident where I had to go home. I wasn't myself even the following morning because it was unfortunate that one had to go and not the both of them couldn't progress. So I want to give everyone that has been a part of this journey a pat on the back, and in your own rights you have done really well. Now to tonight's argument. I'll start with their openings. I think that SEGUN had a good opening. He said that the awards were designed for the best, chosen by the stakeholders, coaches, players, registered fans, and not just that, it was monitored for transparency. And he ended it by saying all of this make it understandable. First, let me say that whoever chose these topics also understandable and questionable. It's a very tricky position. In fact, these are just two sides of a single coin, and if you analyze their meanings, wow, it was and then to Adeola's opening, she said the awards have come, and then as usual, question marks. But then there's a key things that she said something about Marcelo Bielsa and Megan Rapinoe. I noted this because subsequently I'll talk about this thing. She said Bielsa's was okay, Rapinoe's was okay. But remember, her job is to establish beyond reasonable that it is not beyond reasonable doubt to say that these are questionable. Well, and she goes on to say that the awards are about stats and standards, and certain players merit the positions ahead of those who have gotten awards or into the team and all of that. In the argument proper, SEGUN said she did not understand the system. Everybody cannot be there. And ADEOLA said, begin with the Female World Cup. She named certain players, individual awards, individual performance is the criteria, and all of that. But now, here is the thing where I start to find problems. Now, ADEOLA made mention. She kept on talking about statistics. And then, the person she was talking about mainly using the statistics, in my own understanding, was Bernardo Silva, and using the UEFA Nations League. Now let's look at the UEFA Nations League, the stats, for instance. the top scorer is Alexander Mitrovic, 6 goals. Top assist, Marco Asensio, 5 goals. Passes completed, Richard Almeida with 454. These are the more popular stats. Bernardo Silva doesn't fall into that. Then in the Nations Cup finals itself, which is the 4 teams that won the groups that went to Portugal to contest, Ronaldo was the top scorer. And then Bernardo Silva won the tournament's best players. But where are the stats to back up that award? So the fact of stats and Bernardo Silva doesn't cut it for me. Now, coming over to Segun, she said something.
He said something.
No, I'm sorry, Segun. He said something. He said he said something that was not right. He said Messi scored more goals than appearances. That's actually wrong. Lionel Messi in the year under review made 58 appearances, scoring 54 goals. So that's a wrong stat. Now, I think it was good that Segun tried to rope in Adeola into the, if you don't understand it, why don't you prefer a solution? Adeola made it clear that my job here is not to prefer a solution.
That one got me.
My job here is to establish the fact that it is questionable. Okay, now, moving forward in the argument, Adeola did well by pointing out at article number 3. Says that Lionel Messi has flouted, an off-pitch incident, perhaps disqualifies him for the award. But remember, she said something about Marcelo Bielsa's argument being okay. If you also remember, Marcelo Bielsa and his Leeds United side, which won the FIFA award, were also fined for the Spygate incident in the English Championship. So you see that an off the pitch incident, you can't say that Bielsa is okay when he has done the same off pitch, and then you say that for the same reason it's not okay. So I think that's a problem. And then Adeola also said something. She said she tried to make us understand that 25% of the voting stakes went to the fans and the rest to FIFA. In quote, that's wrong, because journalists are not members of FIFA. You can also say the same for the coaches who also, who have 25%, journalists 25%. So it's not 25 and then 75% and to FIFA. Then in their closings, Segun said, award is relative based on opinion. You should respect the opinions and understand. FIFA has taken the powers to give to the stakeholders and monitored for transparency. And he said something important. He said for him, whether it is Messi, Ronaldo, or whoever, he understands it on the basis that there is an established system which is trusted to produce results. And whatever it produces, he understands. And in the closings, Adeola made this point that I've said, in my opinion, is wrong. 75% of the voting stakes does not belong to FIFA. And she also said something about Virgil van Dijk, and it would be interesting to also note that Virgil himself voted Lionel Messi as, who she said doesn't deserve the award, and all of these things. He also made the point of Segun saying, oh, specialists, this, that. But you can also argue that, well, I must not be a doctor, go through medical school to know that if I expose myself to mosquitoes, I will likely get malaria. So the arguments of specialists and all of that may not necessarily, but all in all, they have done a fantastic job. These are 2 champions before us.
Okay.
But the panel has to do its job, and that's we have done. Okay. Congratulations to all of you. Well done.
All right. Thank you very much. And at last, we come to Lizzie.
Okay. Like all the judges have mentioned, this has been... See, my voice is shaking. Let me tell you people something about me, right? I hate finals. I hate having to make final decisions. I hate penalties. I hate all of that. But then again...
You mean the shootout?
The shootout. Everything. I hate the penalties or shootout.
If it's abrupt, you want to be spared.
No, but now I have to look at this, right? Because as everybody was talking, I was going through my mind what illustration will put how I feel right into context. And then again, until Honor started made his point, it got to me, right? So there are two sides to this argument, right? I loved Segun's opening. I really love it. It talked about the fact that I had like a 300-page document. My laptop was shut down.
Yeah.
So he talked about the fact that all of these people, their qualifications and all of these things, right, is based on why they are qualified to make these decisions. The only problem I had with that, he did not pursue that point in the counter.
To a logical conclusion.
So there was so many things he could have done there, right? Now this is it. Now this is the illustration I was talking about. When I made the point that in Diola mentioning the fact that she thought Rapinoe's was okay and all of that, she wasn't really defending her point. It wouldn't have made sense if she'd have said everything was nonsense. The question was questionable. And Sheku kept asking her, was it question that if she was saying it was questionable because she did not understand it. And the whole point is that I looked at this and I think this was okay, I think that was okay, but then there's a question mark. That could have answered it. Then in his closing argument, he talks about if you need to understand it, you need to know it for you to question it. And all through the argument, you kept saying she's questioning it because you didn't understand it. And at your last argument, you said that she was questioning it because she understood it. That killed me. So there are like so many points I could go through and break down and look at on all of that, right? But I think at the end of the day, it's not based on how I feel about each of their points. Because if I could go counter against Segun against his point. I could go counter against Diola for some of her points. There was some point I was expecting Diola, you needed to say this, you needed to say that. And like some people that called in have said some of the messages we've read, Diola came on with more facts than points. And to bring another illustration, when she talked about the other 25% going to FIFA, if FIFA does not recognize you as a coach, as a journalist, and or an administrator or whatever, you don't get to judge. You don't get to vote. So that 75% that was the fans are people that hello, I voted on the website. I voted. I know who I voted for. So there are so many nitty-gritties of these things. If you want to go into it, it will take us the whole day. But I had to look at all the things, right? If I'm going to boil it down to passion, they're both passion. Like, this is the most fiery debate I have been in, is what every final. So I'm not going to say this, that, or this, because like Buchi said, this is the final. I'm sure they're going to go back, watch this video, listen to it. They both know what they've done right and what they've not done right. We've had months of this. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to say, may the best man win and all of that, because sometimes it's not necessarily the best man that wins. It's about who gave it the most and all of those. There's so many. Okay. It's been what a night.
Crazy.
Thank you very much. And I've got to say thank you to all of you and the panel. What a job you have done. Everybody has pitched in at some time. Even Chidebere came from Port Harcourt to be judge on one of those nights. Emmanuel Etim, Bolaniwa Olajide, Ufoma Egbamuno, who is not here tonight.
He's on WhatsApp.
But who's been voting on WhatsApp?
Is there a group?
Yeah, he's been voting.
Is he voting?
He's voted on WhatsApp.
His vote does not count.
His vote does not count, unfortunately. Everybody. For me, it's the beauty of this contest to be a part of this, and for the entire team to come together to recognize these people, to know you not just as fans and all of that, but to see you as friends and colleagues. It's a beautiful thing. If that is the only thing I take away from this exercise, I will be fulfilled. So I would like to thank all of you again, and say once more, it doesn't matter what happens tonight. It doesn't matter what happens or who wins tonight. The two of you have been brilliant through and through, and you've been totally awesome. Been totally awesome. Having said that,
we play action film.
Yes.
Action film.
Honor did talk about this issue. Now we want to thank FIFA and their awards last night, because 24 hours ago, about this time yesterday, I didn't even remember this final. I was rolling on my carpet on the floor when, and I've got to say this about Segun. Throughout this contest, now, and some others too. When the night before his contest, he will always, please, so we are still waiting. And I normally drop these questions very late. So a number of times Segun had reminded me, and sometimes, honestly, I had forgotten. I didn't know what, somehow I didn't even know what the topic for the final would be. And then I saw a good evening, sir. Good evening, sir means, Oga, where is our question? So I had to say thank you for reminding me. And that was when I had to quickly come up with. And thankfully, FIFA had already given us. It was the craft. It took me a while to craft the questions in that way. I had to give it some serious thought in finally crafting it that way and putting it out. And I have no regret. I have no regrets. I only have joy and respect for everybody who's been a part of this exercise and all those amazing people who have followed it for 2.5 months, voting via the phones, voting on Twitter, voting on Facebook. Sometimes the voting has not been altogether satisfactory, but we have, I can say this with every sense of responsibility, we have tried to be fair. So let me come to tonight. All things said and done. Facebook was a tie. Twitter was a tie. The panel tonight, the final panel, was made up of 2 gentlemen and 2 ladies. Let me shock you by telling you the panel tied.
Wow. It's tied.
The panel is tied.
See, can I go home now?
Yeah.
See, I have responsibilities and I shouldn't be out by this time.
Yes, the
I
panel,
have a curfew.
the panel,
I'm leaving. They're going to lock my
panel
estate
tied.
gates.
So it comes
I
down
need
to
to
me
go.
now.
It comes down to you.
It comes down to me. And I
need
will
to
tell
go.
you,
like
I will
this.
tell you what I would do. However, even though I won't say who voted,
Please don't.
how, just put it in your subconscious that 1 male voted for each, 1 female voted for each. In other words, 1 male, 1 female voted for Segun, 1 male, 1 female voted for Adeola. I will not say more than that. I think I've revealed enough.
We know already.
Yeah, you people know on ourselves because you know how, and I know how on our vote. Okay, so the fans can make it up. So this will be my decision. I will make this decision once again. You know, with all due recognition of the fact that these 2 individuals have been awesome throughout. Adeola has won every battle she's been. Segun won every battle he was until he encountered a Homo sapien called Nenye. He tasted defeat for the first time and he bounced back when he was saved by the panel. So that you've both thoroughly deserved it. Having said all of that, my decision as to the champion tonight will be based on this. If it were left to me alone, just me, between the margins, it will be a draw. Left to me alone, just between the thin margins, I will vote for either one of them. However, I will take my responsibility. I will shirk it and then lay that responsibility on the last caller in the phone, on the phone lines. It was tight. It was 4-4. And the final caller was told, you may be the one to decide it. And tonight, he has decided it. Again, it is no disrespect to either of these contestants. I am happy that for once we've had fans who were not happy that they were not allowed to decide it. But in the final, when it mattered most, a fan decided it. Once again, congratulations to both of you. And as I switch from this melodramatic song to one of celebration, I would celebrate the champion of this fan battle, But in celebrating the champion, I will be celebrating the runner-up because the runner-up deserves to be champion as well. Congratulations, Segun.
For the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up. For the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up.
So what a contest. What a contest. And finally, we are here. Adeola. You know, today is not a day of tears. If it were, I would cry. That you did this much, did this well. It was amazing. It was excellent. And at the end of the day, you are still not the overall winner. I could cry. But I'm not ashamed. I'm proud. You know. And of all the contestants, let it be on record with my wife listening that I can say, I love you for what you have done in this contest. Thank you for participating. And thank you for walking across my path and the path of this team. What are your parting words?
It's been a pleasure. I mean, I started out this contest. I just wanted to have fun and, meet you guys. I listened and man, I just wanted to come. But then I knew what I was signing in for. I was signing up for, and it didn't fall short. I believe that all that has happened. I don't feel like I lost, and I just feel like it had to be decided. And Segun did so well too. It's been an amazing journey, and I can only say thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Adeola. Appreciate you. Pick yourself up, okay? You've been awesome.
For the champions, stand up.
And now, may we all rise and stand up for the champion of this battle. Honor. We're streaming, but I will gladly stand up and say congratulations and a warm applause to Segun. Congratulations, Segun. Congratulations, Segun. We'd like to hear from you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Mr. Femi, I really want to appreciate you for this fan battle. I have learnt what I've learnt in the last 2.5 months in sports is more than what I've learnt in sport all my life. It has impacted me. I have a turnaround and I have a crown to look back on, and that will serve as a springboard for my career. I want to thank my family, my friends, my loved ones, because not all of them have the chance to call in or to vote for me. And also people that do not know me from Adam. They saw something in me and they are stuck with me since July to the 24th of September. I also want to appreciate Adeola. I envisaged this tight battle because I know that for me to defeat Adeola, I needed to give it my all. Again, to the panel of judges, from Queen Lizzie, Sarafina, Ona, Buchi Laba, Ifoma, Samuel, Biola, Emmanuel Health Team, Foskolo. Every time Mr. Femi, I am happy. I cannot quantify how well I feel right now. And big shout out to the Manchester City fans in Nigeria, because we are not much, but we are united in unity. My family has been so important for me. This platform has elevated me in a way that I cannot quantify. Thank you very much, Mr. Femi, because I know God has used you immensely to get me out of where I am. And I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate Adeola. I appreciate all the 32 contestants that started this 2.5 months ago. It has ended, and I will take the mantle of responsibility from here, and I hope that God guides me through. Thank you very much, Mr. Femi.
Thank you very much. She's a proud winner of 100,000 naira. Adeola will go with 50, but with her head held high. Amazing. Congratulations to you both. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody as we say bye-bye on the night.
Leave the WhatsApp group now.
Yes, you can. You can't leave the WhatsApp group. It's 10 p.m. tonight. And thank you, Lagos. Thank you, Nigeria, and the entire world for being a part of it. We will be working to unearth some other talents out there, and the process will start immediately. Stay tuned. We'll let you know. Congratulations to these guys, our new colleagues that we will be celebrating with in the days ahead. Good night. Okay.